Hello, good morning. Welcome to another new live broadcast in TBC. My name is Giras Mufo. You call me Mufo Money, the name of which I've been baptized with in the TBC community. I'm shooting this live right away from the heartbeat of Africa in Douala, Cameroon. It's a very great day here, and the sun is really shining out very powerfully, and the air is so fresh, and everyone is in happy mood. Welcome to another great edition on the flash info on the mass adoption team in TBC. If you're new in the TBC community, this is real information for you to get all about the realities of TBC. Bonjour à toute la communauté mondiale, mon nom c'est Jidas Moufo et je vous salue ceux qui sont dans mon channel et ceux qui sont sur le net qui vont voir cette vidéo. Je vous dis coucou, bonjour. Je fais cette vidéo depuis le Douala, Cameroun, au cœur de l'Afrique centrale. Okay, the topic today is I've promised to be giving you update on the mass adoption team of TBC. Today we are the 10 days since the mass adoption team was launched, and we are virtually entering 30,000 people being members of the mass adoption team. What is mass adoption? The mass adoption team in TBC are those who stand out by themselves to be the ones to be the builders of the TBC community by being the ones that are going to have the great amount of TBC out of the admin wallet by following strict instructions and doing what is necessary in order for them to be given the possibility to have more TBC coins in their accounts and to play the role of the central banks or the billionaires of TBC when the mass adoption phase will be completely over. So, learn to make deals is one of the things that a mass adoption team member must be now questioning him or herself. You know, it has been time without number that we should learn to make deals. Learn to make deals means you need to know how to negotiate. You need to go out and negotiate, and if you don't do it now, it will not be the moment that you will have billions that you will do it. You know, billionaires are great negotiators, guys, and to be a good billionaire, you must behave, act, and think like them. So billionaire skills are not skills that you just take them from thin air. They are skills that you acquire in the process. So being in the mass adoption thing is for you to put yourself out there, put your ass up, and go for the skills, the mindset, the character, the attitude, and the way of receiving people, because you are the ones to build this economy. And to really deep into this mass adoption team and the TBC economy as large as we are seeing it, we are going to have an equity financing economy, just from the recent blog post as the admin of TBC talked about it. Many people don't have the idea of the equity based financing because we have been overshadowed by this scarcity banking mentality, which focus on interest and return on investment and more other streams that does not permit the borrowers of money to be able to pay the debts back. If you are a favorite follower of the TBC blog, you would have heard the great leader Solo and the great leader Mbedirik on the last training they did, of which the leader Solo exposed how this scarcity mentality system, which is the world banking system of which we are living now, really put him down to the drain when he was in a situation to borrow money to carry out projects. So the equity financing system is the best so far system in the world. I'm an accountant by profession and a tax legal accountant by profession. What I would tell you with the the equity financing system is that there is so far no best system like this one, because it is the system in which we of the community of TBC, of which we have one and the same language, we speak one and the same way of doing, We are like a digital community around the whole world. TBC is a community. We have one and the same cultures. We see things on the same light, and we function in the same manner. So this is a time for you to iron out yourself. If you were seeing things from the scarcity mindset, which is the outer TBC mentality mindset, this is a time for you to bring yourself into this private community. A community is a set of people with values, ideologies, and manners of doing or attitude which are unique. And our uniqueness in the TBC community is around love and respect. And being with love and respect, we know that what we trust each other, and trusting each other therefore give us that guarantee that we can finance gigantic projects together, projects that can turn lives around the world, projects that can change all communities around the world. And these projects are not going to be financed according to the equity financing point stand by the few members of the people in that locality. No, the 1 billion members that we are targeting in the TBC community could subscribe for a project just by giving out, maybe let's say 1 TBC multiplied by 1 billion people will go a long way to send water, to give electricity, to build shelter for the needies around the whole world. This is the sense of equity financing. So guys, the robust economy that we are to build in the TBC community when we reach our full-blown economy is that economy that we are going to participate. Every project in the economy, we're not going to take money out of the economy or out of the community or the society to build, but it will be funded by the TBCians. So the mass adoption team are those who are standing to maximize the number of coins that they need to have in their possession, and to be those benevolent humanitarians that the world is going to welcome, because what the force of which you are going to use, or the many hands that will make much work lighter, are going to contribute in little chunks. 1 TBC, 2 TBC for a humanitarian project in Nigeria, 1 TBC, 2 TBC for a humanitarian project in Douala, Cameroon, 1 TBC, 2 TBC for a humanitarian project in Asia, in South America. Look like Australia is on fire, guys. If our economy was already well constituted after this great natural disaster, we have looked for means to see how we can contribute in order to construct a good number of facilities for those who are in Australia to come in assistance, because what that is the natural yearn of which abundance is based on love for each other, seeing a human being as not a tool, or seeing a human being as not a function that will produce you money, but seeing a human being as a fellow person, seeing a human being as a person who needs what you need, not a tool to produce money for you. So these are some of the major characteristics and the major mindset and the different set marks and the different vocabulary and the different phenomenons that turn around an equity financing environment. So guys, we're going to be doing some sort of what in the finance domain they call crowdfunding. Crowdfunding meaning that what we are going to come together as part and parcel of a community standing for one ideology, which is what liberate humanity from scarcity, lack, and misery. So we're going to go on as a whole big society, community founded for that, and sponsor those things. So us in the mass adoption thing, these are some of the things that are characterizing our personalities, and we need to stand up in favor of this new humanitarian benevolent position and status or role that we are to play very soon, as far as we are attaining the boom or the robust economy of the TBC in general. So guys, if you are in the mass adoption thing, or you are not yet in the mass adoption thing, permit each and everyone around you, go to your neighbors, go to your relatives, tell everyone that was in TBC before and who is not now aware of the mass adoption team, that they should do everything necessary to belong to this team, because the work that this team is going to do is enormous. It's enormous. Guys, if you understand what equity financing is all about, mind-blowing. You're already a billionaire without the time of being a billionaire, because only the participation title that you will have as equity simply assets in the different big companies or in the different big projects around the whole world, your name is already written in history. As the admin of TBC will always said it, it is because of this yearn and of this like, or of this equity, or of this urge to bring a helping hand to the suffering population of the world, that he thinks of TBC, which is a money, which is a community like money. And I will not go off this particular video. I'm not talking on those who are saying TBC is a scam, or don't pay the $25 to have coins that are in the back of. Guys, we confuse things. We have ignoramus in the TBC community, people that don't understand, people that have the greedy mindset of which they think only of them and they don't think of anybody else. The reality is that what we cannot join mix or join private with public. Private means what? It has a specific confined environment which is alluded to that. The TBC coin is reserved to the TBC members. You cannot use the TBC coin without being a member of the TBC community. So the TBC money or the TBC currency is, the price is not determined by the buyers and the sellers on an exchange platform. Guys, get this information. The people in the TBC community, they don't have the nuggets of what TBC is all about. They don't have a word or a single iota of the reality and the immense work of what TBC is to do to the world at large. So as I was trying to explain, TBC is a community base, and we say community, we mean giving among each other. Community means what? Giving among each other. So each other will participate in the community, will give the talents, will give the knowledge, we give our participation to build together. So a currency which is a community private base need not to go into an exchange. It's supposed to belong to private individuals which will do peer-to-peer transaction among themselves, and the value or the worth of the coin is tied to the men, women, and children that are entering the economy. The value of TBC is not tied to gold, or is not backed up by any other thing else. This is an exemplary currency of its kind, which its value is related to living souls. Can you evaluate the worth of a living being? Can you quantify the amount of money that you can use to get a human being? Guys, let's for one think otherwise. This is something that has come to reshuffle the way in which we see and make us to see on a different perspective. And I believe that those who are still saying TBC exchange, you should not pay $25 to have more TBC, this is the time, those who are on the mass adoption team, to maximize the amount of TBC to empty the admin wallet. And I will bet with you, do not leave aside your friends, your family members, your children to lag behind from this opportunity that is showing itself up to the TBC community. So on this slide, I believe that we are on the mass adoption thing, we know where we are going, as more will be unfold on the different manner in which the TBC community is going to be run. And Amin said it, he is not the one to run the TBC community. The mass adoption team and the members of the mass adoption team are the one to run the TBC economy. So guys, start gaining skills, start maximizing deals, learn how to negotiate, learn how to finance and build businesses with equity financing. It's something awesome, and I bet you we are going to do what has never been done before in the world at large. So stand strong, stand firm, and be very active and enthusiastic, because what you have as TBC is more than gold. So your birthright has been given to you. Guys, stand for it and run with it. Okay, just to close this short live broadcast, guys, join us on our rally team on Facebook that is having already thousands and thousands of people, and you will have update information on TBC and how the TBC economy is going to be financed and how you are going to play a role as a mass adoption team member in this team. So join us. There is a TBC dance challenge that is going on. I'm dancing very soon, so join us and get it. So on this note, I'm going to draw curtains for this live broadcast today, but more is still to come on this issue of equity and how does the economy of TBC will look like, how does an equity economy functions. So guys, stay tuned to this channel and I'll be updating you more on this as time unfolds. So my name is Giros Mufo, and if you're joining this video for your first time, you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, just go down and click on the subscription button and hit on the bell. Whenever another live is on, you will be immediately notified that I am there for you to get other updates as far as the TBC community is concerned. Mass Adoption Team 2020, we are emptying the admin wallet. Have a nice day, and it has been your humble host from Douala, Cameroon, Mufo Givers. Bye bye, peace. TBC is my birthright. TBC is your birthright. Bye bye.